All right, it's 2 past 5, so we're just gonna get things started. First, just a quick introduction about myself. My name's Elizabeth. I'm one of the founders of Cloud Classroom, and I'm just here to get things started for this class. And yeah, I'm just gonna talk a bit about how this class will go, and then I'm gonna pass it over to the instructor for the class today. So this is gonna be obviously Introduction to Algebra 2. Welcome. This is going to be a 5 weeks course with 10 classes in total, and there's going to be 2 classes per each week, and each class is going to be 90 minutes. So this is sort of like the general format that we are going to follow. There's going to be around 60 minutes lecture. It's going to sort of fluctuate a bit depending on the how long the lecture is going to be. It might be a bit shorter, a bit longer, but that's just like the general 60 minutes of lecture time. And then there's going to be 30 minutes of practice problems and challenging questions for you guys to practice a bit about what you just learned, or you could feel free to ask any questions that you have. And lastly, there's going to be an office hours for Algebra 2 every Sunday at 5 p.m. PDT, which is 8 a.m. China time, and that would be 60 minutes. So if you have any questions or homework regarding algebra, you are always welcome to join and ask questions and work on any projects or homework that you need to do. So regarding Zoom features, these are just some really basic stuff. First is mute and unmute, so please be on mute the whole class unless you have any questions. And if you do have questions, please raise your hand before you talk, and the instructor will call on you before you speak, or you could type into the chat. And lastly is the camera, so could everyone just turn on their cameras so we could be a bit more engaged in class and we could see everyone and be more connected? It would just be great if everyone could do so. And there's also a polling function. It's not on this PPT, but we might be using the polling to ask a couple of questions for students to answer and so on. So yeah, I'm gonna pass it over to Steven. So usually this class is actually taught by Dinesh, but he's out of town today, so Steven will be leading this class today, and I'll pass it over to him. Have a great class. Thank you.
Yeah, so let me share my screen. So the first topic we're going to be going over today is quadratics. I'm Steven, your instructor for this class, Algebra 2. Our lectures are going to be based on the book artofproblemsolving.com. You can use this link to buy it online. There's also PDFs of it online, which you can search up and find for free. We're going to give you weekly homework assignments, which I'll give at the end of class. And here are the topics that we're going to be covering in our course. So today we're going to be going over quadratic equations and some ways of factoring them. Next class, we're going to be going over special factorizations. The class after that, we're going to be taking a look at imaginary numbers and complex numbers. After that, we're going to look at graphing quadratics and like different types of quadratic equations. Then we're going to look at inequalities, different functions, graphing functions, polynomials, exponential functions, and logarithmic functions. So we're going to be having our classes Mondays and Fridays, 7 to 8:30 Central Time, 5 to 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, and 8 to 9:30 a.m. China time. Your China time is probably going to be Tuesdays and Saturdays. Office hours, like Elizabeth mentioned earlier, 7 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So let's get started. This is a quadratic function. It's in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. C is a constant term. Bx is a linear term. And a, b, and c are all coefficients of the equation. So a will give you like tell you the positive. If it's positive, the quadratic equation will be the parabola will be facing upwards. If it's negative, it'll be facing downwards. Bx is a linear term. C is a constant. So if C is the y-intercept, if you just set all of x to 0, you'll see that it's the y-intercept of the quadratic equation will be what C is. Next, we're looking at how to figure out how to solve a quadratic equation without the linear term. So in order to factor it, like take the example of x squared plus x squared minus 16, you would add 16 to the other side. It would become x, you guys can see this, right? X squared equals 16. So after you get to this, you can square root both sides. Then you get x equals 4 and x equals -4. Remember when you square root it, there's two answers because one can be negative and also positive. And then here's how you do it if there's a value of 2x squared next to if the value of a is more than 1, you get 2x squared minus 576. You would move all we had to do is move all the values on the x value to the opposite side. So here you add 576 and then you would divide by 2. So you isolated x squared. After that, you square root both sides, and x is equal to plus or minus square root 288. And then you would simplify this radical, and it'll be 144 times 2. So square root of 144 is 12, and square root 2 is 2. So square root 2. And it's plus or minus, remember, because when you square root something, it can be negative or positive. So this is how you solve a quadratic equation without the linear term, which is the bx, as you can see right here. Here's how you do a quadratic with the linear term. This is how you factor it. So x squared minus 6x. So think of this equation right here, x squared minus 6x. How would I make it to be not to isolate the x values? So first we can factor out x from both parts of the equation, right? Because x is a term they all have in common. So here you can see x squared minus 6x. Then you can turn to x and x minus 6. And now that after we get this, we have to set the equation to 0. If we set the equation to 0, that means one of these values has to be 0. So you can set x equal to 0, and then 0 will be one of the values, or will be one of the roots for this function, x squared minus 6x, because you know that 0 times whatever this value is will give you 0. So this works. For here, you would set x minus 6 also equal to 0. So x minus 6 equals 0, and then you add 6 to the other side. Let me see if I can annotate right here. X minus 6 equals 0, and then you add 6 to both sides. You get x equal to 6. And 6 would be one of the solutions to this equation, right? And x equals 0 is the other solution. So you get 0 and 6 for this equation, x squared minus 6x. Those are the roots. Any questions? Just raise your hand, or you could just talk. Okay, no questions. Okay, here is about factoring a quadratic, which is another way of solving it. We know we can't say. So here, y squared plus 6y plus 8. So so we have the equation y squared plus 6y plus 8. How we could solve it is we can split y squared with well, you know that the way of doing this is there has to be a term that the value that two values one value that they both add up to 6, which is b, and when you multiply them together, it's going to become 8. And you know this because of right here, FOIL. So you want to get it to like, you want to get the equation into parentheses form. So x minus 3, x plus 7, like this. And first, let me go through the FOIL form. So when you have a quadratic equation that's in FOIL form, x minus 3, x plus 7, how you would you have to expand this, right, to get the quadratic equation. You guys understand, right? If you don't, raise your hand, ask a question. Like, so if it's in a FOIL form, you have to do is, as FOIL stands for first, you would do the first value of each parentheses. Then O would be the outer, x and the 7. And then you inner 3 and x. And the last, you do the last value, 3 and 7. So you just multiply them together and add the values together. So what we do here, x times x is x. Let me get a darker color. X times x is x squared. And then outer, x and 7 is 7x. Inner, negative 3 and x would be negative 3x. And then last, negative 3 and 7, that would be negative 21. So once you're here, then you would simplify, right? So 7x, you combine like terms by simplifying. You simplify by combining like terms. So 7x and negative 3x, they can be subtracted because 7x and 3x are like terms, because they're x and x, not x squared. So you get x squared plus 4x minus 21. And that's how you get the quadratic equation, right? But if we look back at here, we can see that there are two values where they add up together to 4. Let me put it in the ax squared plus bx squared form. I mean, the quadratic equation in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, so you can see it more clearly. So they have two values here that add up together to make b, and the two values also multiply together to get c. So here, when you see that a is not this works when a is equal to a is equal to 1. So here, you can see when a is equal to 1, what adds together to make 6, but multiplies together to make 8, right? So here you can see y plus 4 and y plus 2. 4 and 2, 4 and 2 makes 6, and 4 times 2 is 8. Okay. Here, this part of the book explains that since once you factor this out, once you factor this quadratic out with the previous method that we used to solve this, you would get y and then y plus 6, y times y plus 6 in parentheses plus 8. And this doesn't work because it would equal negative 8. in order for the previous method to work, this equation will have to equal 0. And here, it does not equal 0. It'll be equal to -8 if you keep solving it. So you have to use the factor method. So you have to find two values that add together to make B and multiply together to get C, so which is 6 and 8 respectively in this case. So from here you can get y plus 4 and y plus 2, and you would just set each of these equal to 0. So y plus 4 equal to 0. You subtract 4 from this side, and you get y equals -4. Sorry, my handwriting is kind of not good. Y plus 2 equals 0. -2 minus 2. Y equals -2. And what these are these are the roots of the quadratic equation. So you'll see that later. So the quadratic equation is like this, right? It would be the values are going to be like the x values, like the x values of the x-intercepts. This is what we're solving for here. And yeah, so you can also you can check if these values work. I mean, the roots you got are right by plugging them back into the equation, right? So we can check if I did it correctly or if the book is correct. So we can plug in. I'll just plug it in on the next slide. I'll just do it. Let's see. Let's just do it here. I'm going to do it right here. Okay. So we plug the values in. We have -4 squared plus 6 -4. 6 times -4 plus 8, and that is supposed to equal 0, right? So -4 squared, that would be 16 plus 6 times -4, that's -24 plus 8 equals 0. -24 plus 8 is -16. It says -16 and 16 equals 0. You get 0 equals 0. So -4 is the correct answer. So yeah, this is how you solve the equation and how you check if it's correct or not. Any questions? Okay, no questions. Okay, here are some practice problems. So can anybody solve this for me? Any volunteers? Raise your hand if you want to solve. Justin, Jong, do you know how to solve this? Can you apply the math you learned, or do you want to review something if you don't know how to solve it?
Not sure.
Okay. Justin Dong, are you still there? Okay, Leo Hardy, you can go.
Is the answer 5 and 3?
Yeah. Can you explain how you solved it?
Well, I know that 15 has to be, 15 equals RS. So it has to be either 1 times 15 or 3 times 5. And both numbers also have to add to 8. So the only one that added to 8 was 3 and 5.
Okay. So how do you know 15 has to be RS?
What?
How do you know, like, you said 15 is equal to RS, right? How do you know 15 is equal to R times S?
Because the FOIL method earlier. And
Yes, so
last one and the last one, they both multiply to get 15.
yeah, that's correct. So R and S is 15, and so 5 and 3, that would give you 15, and you have to do RX and SX, right? So 3 and 5 would also work right there because you get 3x and 5x, and you add that together, you get 8x, which is correct, and x times x is x squared. So yeah, you would get this equation. So good job, Leo. Yeah, so those are the solutions. I mean, those are not the solutions to the equation, actually. So after you get x plus 3 and x plus 5, what are the solutions for this equation?
Me again?
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Oh, okay. I thought you x squared plus, x squared minus 8x plus negative 65.
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm sorry, kind of confused. So I think you have to cite like the solutions to the equation. So you have the roots right here.
Oh wait, I thought that was a new question, and I thought that was negative 13
Oh no.
plus sign.
Yeah, this is x plus 3 and x plus 5. My handwriting is bad, I guess. Let me get an eraser to make it better. Yeah, so just find the solutions for this equation. I mean, just this equation.
Isn't it that just the same thing? X
Yeah,
squared.
yeah. So what's the solution?
What do you mean? I don't really understand.
So this is the equation, right? You have to find the solution. So like the solution before here, you get the solutions were -4 and -2.
Oh, okay. So is the answer negative x equals -3 or x equals -5?
Yeah, so it's x equals -3 and -5. Yeah, good job. So yeah, you just set x plus 3 equal to 0 and x plus 5 equal to 0, or you can do a shortcut like he did. Just set the signs to the opposite. So x plus 3 just becomes x equals -3. Okay. So here you're gonna find solutions to each of the questions. I'll give you guys like 10 minutes to work on this, and we'll meet back and I'll call on you guys, okay? Work on these questions. If you have a question, you can just ask in the chat or just start talking.
Oh, where are the questions?
Yeah, sorry about that.
I still can't see the question. Yeah.
You can see them now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I came back 1 minute early. What do you guys have for A? Raise your hand if you want to respond. All right, Justin, John. You can unmute.
I got 7.
7 and what? I didn't hear the last part. -7 and what?
Wait, can I answer for him?
Yeah, sure. You got
So
you said
like
-7 and something.
it's r equals 4 and r equals 7.
Okay, yeah. Next person. Leo Hardy, do you want to go again?
Sure. Is B -5?
Yep. Okay. Chris Jong, do you want to give it a shot?
Okay. So C is x equals -8 and x equals 7.
Yeah. Sophie Faye, do you want to give it a shot? Give D a shot, I mean.
Okay, so S equals to 0 and 7.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. Gloria, good. Do you want to give E a try? Okay. Amy Yuan, do you want to give E a try? Come on, guys, we need some more participation. Okay, Leo, E again.
I'm not fully sure if this is right, but is it 7 plus P times 7 minus P?
I don't think so. I think that is answer that. I think it's so you would add P to the other side, so it'd be 49 equals P squared, and you square root 49, you get plus or minus 7. So the answer is plus or minus 7.
Okay.
Yeah. Was that what you answered, or what did you answer again?
I think he said it's a +7 and -7.
Oh yeah, okay. My bad. Next. Okay. So here you're going to use the FOIL method to find this quadratic equation. So I have you guys a minute to do this, and I'll call you guys back. Okay. Okay. You guys can come back. So what'd you guys get?
I think A equals to 3 and B equals to -2 and C is 14.
That is incorrect. Can you try it again?
Let me calculate again.
Yeah, FOIL method. So I can do it with you if you want. So.
Okay.
Okay, Leo, what do you think?
Oh, A equals 3, B equals 19, and C equals -14.
Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, so you do the FOIL method. 3 times x, 3x times x, you get 3x squared. -2 times x, again -2x, and 3x plus 3x times 7 is 21. 21x minus 2x would get you 19x. -2 times 7 will get you -14.
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah. So here, how is a related to the constant and coefficients of x, 3x? Okay. So a is just 3x times x, and the coefficient of that, which is 3. C related to the constants. C is C is the L part of FOIL, usually -2 times 7, -14, and that's C. And B is just -2 and 3 times 7, which is the O and I parts of FOIL. So moving on, unless anybody has any questions. No questions? Okay. Here's the explanation. Did you have something to say? Oh, I heard somebody try to say something.
No, I was just saying, like, I don't have questions.
Okay. So, okay, so next we're going to be looking at factoring with the A. What is this? Is this the same question? Same. Okay, so let's see. Okay, can you guys solve this problem and I'll get back to you guys in like a minute, okay? Okay, so what did you guys get for A and B? I'll just walk through you guys through this quickly because we kind of already did this in the question before. So the x equals negative, when the solutions for x are -3 and 7, you can form the equation, the FOIL equation, x plus 3 and x minus 7. So and then you get, after you do this, you're gonna do 3 times -7 to get c. So you get -21 for b, and here you do 3 times x and -7 times x to get the linear term, which is bx. So you get x, so it'd be 3x minus 3x and -7x, so you get -4x. So a and b are just -4 and -21.
Excuse me.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't really understand how -3 became positive and +7 became negative.
Yeah, sure. So so this x equals -3. You would have to put this back into the other form. You have to add 3 back to the side of x, right? So you have to do x plus 3 to make it to this back where x was. Like x equals 7. You have to subtract 7 from that side, from both sides. So you would get x minus 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, here is just an explanation of it. Yeah, so you would just yeah, okay. Is it the same? Oh, it's the same. Okay, so this is challenge problems at the end here. So before we move on to that, I think we need to go over. Actually, it's been like 15 minutes. Let's take a 5-minute break. Let's get back here at 5:53. Okay. So stretch
Okay.
your legs or something, get some water, and we'll be back at 53. Okay, guys, so we're back at 5:53. So you guys had a good break. Here, okay, so now we're gonna be looking at how to solve, like, find the solutions of an equation when a does not equal 1. So we're gonna start with this equation where we already know the roots and the FOIL stuff. So we have 3x. Let me change this. Eraser. So 3x squared plus 19x minus 14. Okay. So in order to solve this problem, the first course of action you would have to do is you multiply a and c. So 3 times negative 14. So after you do 3 times negative 14, you would get so let me just 40. I think it's 42. All right, negative 42. And you have 19 in the middle here. So after you get negative 42, just think of negative 42 as c in the normal equation. So you have to find two values that multiply to negative 42, which is a times c, and two values that add up to b, which is 19 in this case. So it would be, let me think, 19. So you guys think of if you guys like think of it before I do, like two terms that add up to 19 and multiply to negative 42, just raise your hand. Okay, I found it. It says 21 and negative 2, right? So once you have 21 and negative 2, you would put the so you get, so from this you can get 21 and negative 2. So multiply these together, you get 42, and add these together, you get 19. You put 21 with you have to put the bigger number with the other bigger number. Actually, no, that's how it works. So like these, they're proportional, right? 3 to negative 2 is equal to 21 to 14. So you're gonna put 3x squared minus 2x plus 21x minus 14. Yeah, so that's what you're gonna get after you do this. So this is basically, how to explain it? This is basically just more FOIL involved in doing and trying to factor in this. So you figure out. Okay, any questions? Actually, let me first just say that. Any questions? Okay, no questions. So after we get to this part, you would just factor out both of these sides of the equations. So you would factor this part out, you get x, and then you have 3x minus 2 in here, and then factor this part, factor out 7, and it's x, it's 3x. Okay. I need yeah, 3x minus 2. So when you do this method, you have to make sure that the values inside of these parentheses have to be the same, 3x minus 2. Otherwise, you did something wrong. I probably just got these two values wrong. So yeah, so once you get 3x minus 2 and x plus 7 like this, you can then transfer it to x plus 7 and 3x minus 2. And that's how you factor out an equation with an a value a value not equal to 1. So this is the same as this. As you can see, so it's correct. Do you guys all understand this method? Okay, I guess no questions. So now onto our challenge problems. Is there a solution to this? Okay, there is a solution. Okay, so find x such that this equation right here works. Okay, so in order to solve this, first you're gonna have to make all denominators equal, right? So how you're gonna do that is just multiply this side by x minus 3 and multiply this side by x plus 1. So if I multiply this side by x minus 3, you get x squared minus 2x minus 3 and x minus 3 right here over x plus 1 and x minus 3. And I don't know if there's not room actually. Then you gotta multiply side by x squared plus 5x minus 24 times x plus 1 over x plus 1 and x minus 3. Right. Now you're gonna have to try to find like terms to cancel out. Actually, no. Right now, after you do this, right, you can combine all the equations together. So it would become just x squared minus 2x minus 3 and x minus 3 plus x squared plus 5x minus 24 and x plus 1. I kind of went off the screen right here. X plus 1 and over x plus 1 and x minus 3. So first we're going to have to factor out both top parts of this equation, right? So this one would be x minus 3 and x plus 1. And here, x squared plus 5x minus 24. Does anybody want to factor this one real quick?
Let me try to calculate it. Wait. So x2 plus 5 plus 6x and minus 23.
That's can you say it again? X squared plus 5x minus 23.
Oh, wait, is the last one like the last number of like x plus 7 or x plus 1?
Wait, this one. Oh, it's supposed to, I mentioned like this one. You're supposed to factor x squared plus 5x minus 24.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think I still don't understand how to factorize it.
So how to factor it? Okay. Okay, so we still have some questions about factoring. Okay, so you guys need to like ask questions if you don't understand. So, we have to do, right? You have to find what adds to 5 and multiplies to negative 24. You can try 2 and 12 does not work, but 8 and negative 3 does work, right? So 8 plus negative 3 is 5. 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. So here you would get x minus 3 and x plus 8. Okay. So now we can just replace these with the substituted factors, right? Because yeah. So you just replace these with these because they're equal. And now we can see that x minus 3 and x minus 3 are two like terms here. So we can, I'm just gonna write it over here. So we can get x minus 3 squared, and then you have x plus 1 plus, oh, sorry. Plus x minus 3, x plus 8, x plus 1. Okay, so factor out with the numerator. What? Well, actually, I believe it's wrong. Actually, wait. Oh, let me erase all this actually. Oh my god. So right, okay. So we had to factor these out, right? We got x plus 3, x minus 1, and x plus 8, and x minus 3 on the top. So now we can just cancel like terms, right? So x minus 3, cancel. This should be, okay, at this one, should be, it should be minus 3 and plus 1. So we can just cross these terms out. And what we're left with is x minus 3 plus x plus 8 equals 13. So after we get x minus 3 and x plus 8 equals 13, how would you solve it? So just combine the terms, right? So in this state, right, x plus x has 2x negative 3 plus 8. That is negative. Wait, no, so it's 5. Wait, is it 5? 3 negative 3 plus 8 is 5. That's 5. And that equals 13. And it's minus 5 from both sides. So we get 2x equals 8. And that would be x equals 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is how you solve this problem. You just factor this out, find the like terms, and then cross them out. If they didn't have any like terms, you would have to do what I was doing, like which is you had to multiply this with this and multiply the denominators with by like on both sides and do it the long way. But apparently for this one you have like terms, so it's actually not that hard. So yeah, you just cancel out the like terms, and then you find the equation, which in this case x minus 3 plus x plus 8, and you just solve that to get x equals 4. Does everybody understand how to do this problem? If you have any questions, please raise your hand.
No questions. Yeah.
Okay. I'd introduce ABC. So find ABC such that. So I'll give you guys 5 minutes to work on this problem, and we're gonna just all come back once you guys have solved it.
Okay.
Well, if you have questions, just ask them in the chat. Okay, so what have you guys got for this problem?
I just came, but I think I have an idea on how to do it.
Okay, sure. Can you tell us your idea?
I think that this is probably like you have to first I think you have to you have to take apart 43 into two numbers, make it a perfect square, and then like square root it.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so what square did you get from 43?
I just came, so I'm
Okay.
not done yet.
All right. I guess I'll just come back to you later.
Is it 36?
Well, actually, I don't have the answer for you for this question, so I do not know.
Not for the
but
answer. Is it just like break into 36?
yeah. You can bring it as 36 and 6, I guess. But I don't think that is it.
I think I have an idea.
Okay.
I think it is 5 plus root 3 root 2.
5 plus root 3 root 2. Okay. That's an interesting idea. I'm gonna save 5 plus root 3 root 2. I'm gonna like save your answers, and I'll get back to this next class when I have an answer for this. Okay. Get back to this next class because I don't have a answer for this question right now because there's no answer key for
I have
this
a
one.
calculator. I'll just check my answer now.
All right.
All right, so for the last 8 minutes of class, we're gonna do a little Kahoot practice. This Kahoot, it'll touch on some material that was taught today and some materials that might not have been taught yet, but might be covered in future classes. So yeah, let's just get some interactive practice in. Steven, I'll share my screen. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You guys could see the screen now, right? So you just go to kahoot.it and then you type in this game pin and you could join the game.
I just wanted to say I have to change my answer, okay? I'm 5 minus 3 root 2.
Okay. I'll get back to you next class. Okay. I wrote your answer down, and I'll get to the next class, Alvin. Okay.
Okay, I see one person has joined the Kahoot. We have, let's see, we have 10 people in class. Okay, I'm just wondering where everyone else is.
Yeah.
I'm joining.
Okay, cool. Yeah, take your time. So once again, you just go to www.kahoot.it and then you type in this game pin over here and then join the game. You join the game. You can join the game, yeah. And if possible, you could just like write your real name, not like, I don't know, whatever. Yeah. Okay, we don't have much time left. We're just gonna start and you could join whenever you want during the game as well. And once again, if you want to join again, the game pin is on the lower right hand corner. Okay, so a couple of you said x would equal to 2. I don't have the question yet, but it should be -2 because the original one it was x plus 2 and you need both of them, so you need it to be equal to 0.
You can
Therefore,
click on show media.
oh, thanks for that. Yeah, sorry. So you want this to equal to 0, so therefore this must be -2 plus 2 times whatever number would -2 plus 2 is 0, so that times whatever number would also equal to 0. So yeah, x equals 0 or x equals -2 would be the correct answer. So this is similar to that. Just think about how would you make this equation true? You need either one of these to be equal to 0. So what minus 2 is 0, or what plus 1 is 0? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip. This is taking a bit too long. Okay, yeah, once again, that's correct. As you could see here, 2 minus 2 would equal to 0. 0 multiplied by anything would equal to 0. Or negative 1 plus 1 would also equal to 0. So this has the same ideas as before as well. Five more seconds for this one. Okay, this one, I don't think we have covered this in class, but give it a shot.
So remember to set like the factors equal to 0 and then solve from there for x.
Hey, don't get the answer.
Okay, nice job on this one. So remember, you need two factors that add up to positive 5 and they multiply to negative 6. This is going to be the last question for today as it's already time, so. Okay, yeah, just quickly explaining this. Remember, positive 6 multiplied by negative 1 would equal to negative 6. And also, they also add up to 5, so that is the correct answer. Nice job, everyone. And I'm going to end the game here. Okay, great job, Alvin, and also everyone else who has participated. Yeah, that is pretty much it for today. Steven, do you have anything else to add on?
So just scroll through chat and make sure you got the homework, and we're gonna be going over the homework next class as well. So yeah, and you guys can all leave. So good luck.
All right, thank you guys.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. The homework is in a file in chat. I can upload it again if you can't see it. If you want me to screen share it and you want to screenshot your screen, I can do that as well. Okay.
All right, great. Have a good rest of your day, Lila.
I can leave too, right? Or do I need to go
Yeah,
through?
I think that's pretty much it. Miss Jenny, I don't know if she's still there or not. But yeah, go have a break. It's been like 90 minutes. So yeah, I'll see you, I guess, next class or sometime after that. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Thanks. Bye.
today. Bye.